Johnson Advertising Company, who were doing quite a bit. My name is Rudy Cipolla. I was born in Italy 92 years ago, September 21st exactly, in Calabria, Italy. I came to the United States when I was 8 years old. I played the mandolin by ear until I was 15. Then I had a friend of mine that suggested I buy an instruction book, which I did, and I started learning the notes. And at 15 I had the temerity of writing my first composition, which was really nothing at all, but nevertheless it showed that I had the ability, which finally, when I was 15 years old, is when I really became more or less prolific in writing, composing, and arranging music, not only for the mandolins, but for orchestra. I have one number called Civetta, which was played with the Berkeley Ensemble, Mandolin Ensemble, that was directed by Liz Lamson, and I played with the Symphony Orchestra of Berkeley, and I actually didn't know that I was that capable. I had planned on asking someone that had experience writing for the symphony, but I never made the connection. So I decided I would do it myself. Actually, I did a very good job, and I'm rather proud of it. The number of Civetta will be played as the last number in this program. We shall be playing it with the Golden Gate Mandolin Ensemble, which is an outcropping of the Berkeley Ensemble. So now we're here to play some of my music. Quite a number of my friends are helping with the program, among whom are David Grisman, well-known mandolinist, producer of many albums, including mine, And he is a writer of a number of background music for different motion pictures. His name is Bob Brown. And also Rudy Cipolla, who's just come here to the United States several years from Czechoslovakia. And the Golden Gate Mandolin Ensemble is organized by Paul Sedgen, who's a former teacher. We're going to do, with that group, one of the numbers called Surprise, that was commissioned by one of the members of the group, Ruth Tobin, and dedicated to her. We're going to do The Charm, which was dedicated to several charming girls of pupils of mine. And we're going to do a song by Carrie Parker. She's going to sing with a guitar accompaniment. A song that I wrote the music for in 1957 is called South Seattle Moon. And unfortunately, the two friends of mine who wrote the words are probably both dead. I know one is dead, and that's Francisco. Actually, I'd like to have people who hear the song let me know if they know the whereabouts of the relatives of Jim Francisco. I would appreciate very much that one of you that happens to know where they are, call me at 753-2853 at San Francisco, 415-753-2853. I'd appreciate very much if I hear from someone that knows where Francisco's brothers and sister and any other relative or friend of theirs might be located.
Underneath your spell, I fell completely. South Sea Island moon, all my dreams I tell to you completely. South Sea Island moon, shining in the night with all your splendor. When you cast your spell, one must surrender. Lovers all beware, take care, believe me, or you'll lose your heart beneath the South Sea Island moon.
Okay, Rudy. Now, Rudy, do you have any idea how many pieces you've composed over the... Well, first, how long have you been playing mandolin?
Actually, I've lost track. I've written so many that once in a while I look through all my music and I find things that I don't remember having written. It seems that that I didn't play enough to express myself in performances, so that I took it out in private. So then once I got the melody down, I would write an arrangement whether it was going to be played or not, hoping that someday it would be played. As it is now, I'm working on different things, and one of my numbers, late numbers, well, actually, the Babbling Brook is going to be played at the park, San Francisco Park, somewhere after April. I hope it be played there. And
it's 1993.
That's. I hope to also play by Civetta with a band and have it dance. I'm in the process of making contacts now to have someone dance. I'm also got a hold of Donald Pippin, who is quite famous for the pocket opera, to write words for it, and he's working at it now, hoping to get something that I like. So I am involved with a group called the Silver Strings, that's in San Francisco. I'm involved with the Golden Gate Mandolin Ensemble, and then with David, I'm in the process of doing another album. Matter of fact, David called me just the other day, and he said we should get together and try to finish the work we started. David, by the way, is very popular with his work, and
didn't you teach him, or he studied with you at one time, right? Or?
He has his own studio now, and he's a producer of the acoustic record label, for which I hope him an awful lot of success. He deserves it. He's a hard-working young man, although he's young man, well, compared to me, he's pretty young, I dare say. He's in his 40s, and he's married to a beautiful girl who used to work for the, not the Time magazine, but the other one, Newsweek, yeah, Newsweek, yeah. Pamela actually wrote quite a story about me in the Newsweek when, about 3 or 4 years ago, when there were stories about different people from the old country, different countries actually, who had more or less gained some recognition. And she had a story about me.
Wasn't that the issue, kind of on unsung heroes, and there were 100 people and you were one of them, right?
That's it, yes. And so I was connected with NBC Radio, by the way, a very interesting period of my life between 1930 and 1940. I worked there for 8 years playing.
Where was that?
NBC Radio. NBC Radio, and I used to make arrangements there, and some of my compositions were played even then with a young man whose name was Harvey Peterson, but he went by the personal name of Pablo Ricardo. He played beautiful Spanish gypsy music. Unfortunately, he died very early. He died when he was 28 years old. And
what did you do when you were there at NBC?
What's that?
What did you do when you were there?
I wrote arrangements of different numbers for the orchestra, and I played with the orchestra in some of the numbers myself. I played, by the way, then I was playing mandocello, not the mandolin. I played mandocello from about 1928 till 1940. We got started in Portland, Oregon with a trio. There were two cousins and myself, and we got started playing Spanish music. And then we got a job playing for the theater there, the Paramount Theater. We worked there 11 weeks, which was quite a run. Even now, in this day and age, it's quite a run. We were sent to Seattle for 6 weeks, and we came down here, and we got contacted Meredith Wilson, and later on, we worked for NBC Radio. Meredith Wilson was connected with the KFRC at that time. Anyway, there was quite a story about one of our first programs at NBC Radio. Our guitar player left us, and we engaged the services of a young man called Ray Lombardero, who played very well. Anyway, the producer of the program had written a nice story around our numbers that we were playing, which consisted of some Spanish, some Latin American, and some things like Nola and Dizzy Fingers and things like that were suitable for the mandolin. And anyway, our second program, the producer asked us to say Ole after a march or a paso doble, which is the name for a march actually. It's a little faster than a regular march. So he asked us to say Ole, which we did, and Ray got carried away and he said, whoopee! So that ended our career for the time being with NBC Radio. So the producer had us fired, believe it or not. And we didn't have enough sense or experience to go down to the office and talk to the manager and explain that Ray was not trying to sabotage the program. He just got enthused about it and got carried away, that's all. Well, anyway, it happened that that was our last program. And then I didn't want to go back home, which Portland, Oregon was my hometown. And I had to have made an acquaintance with someone in Portland who had a bar on Columbus Avenue near Union. And I went over and told him, look, I don't want to go back home. I'd like to stay for a while and see what I can do. That, can you help me get a job of some kind? I don't care what it is, so long as I make it up for a living. And said, well, it just happens that my brother, Marino is his name, is going into partnership, opening up a speakeasy. And there you can work for your meals and probably get money in tips. Well, actually, what happened there was that I'd come home quite a number of times with a bag full of money in silver, mostly quarters, half dollars, and dollars. I walked into a store where there's a Chinese herbalist, acupuncturist, and he plays about 4 or 5 different Chinese instruments. And I would say he's a self-appointed fortune teller. I had my glove on this left hand, and he said, would you mind taking the glove off? And I said, yeah, sure. He looked at my hand and he said, you're going to live to be 125. So that's fine, it's good. But then the next day, I had this accident. I got hit by the car, which proves that I'll make it or not make it. I don't know, really. So the thing is, then I went to Portland, Oregon for convalescence with my sister up there. And when I get back, he saw me on the street. He said, Rudy, he said, you look fine. He said, you're going to live to be 115. Suddenly I lost 10 years. But, however, a few months later, I went to the store, and he said, hey, you look fine. You're going to live to be 125. So I'm back to 125. so, I don't know, at 92, will I make it?
You are.
Will I live to 125?
You are truly amazing.
But I'm 92, so hey, there are a lot of people gone long before 92. So, again, I want to thank you for listening, and I hope you like the program.